It began in a small steel town in Pennsylvania, where a young man named Napoleon Hill was sent to interview one of the wealthiest men in the world, Andrew Carnegie. But what started as a simple interview turned into a lifelong mission. Carnegie challenged Hill with a question that would shape history. What if you could discover the formula behind success? Not just money, but real wealth, freedom, fulfillment, and teach it to the world. Hill accepted, and for the next 25 years, he studied hundreds of the most successful people of his time: Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Alexander Graham Bell, Charles M. Schwab, John D. Rockefeller. And he asked one question: what do all successful people have in common? The result was a book called Think and Grow Rich. Not about get-rich-quick tricks, but the mindset behind wealth. Today, we're going to walk through Hill's timeless lessons. We'll break down the 13 principles that create lasting success, not just financially, but mentally and emotionally. And by the end of this video, you'll walk away with a clearer path to wealth, yes, but more importantly, to purpose. Let's begin. Hill's first principle is the foundation of it all: desire. He calls it the starting point of all achievement. Not vague wishes, not casual interest, but a burning desire, a clear, focused goal that becomes an obsession. Wealth doesn't respond to would be nice, it responds to must have. Hill gives a 6-step method to turn desire into reality. First, fix in your mind the exact amount of money you want. Second, determine what you'll give in return. Third, set a definite date. Fourth, create a plan and begin at once. Fifth, write a clear, concise statement. Sixth, read it aloud twice a day, morning and night, with emotion. Why does this work? Because repetition rewires your brain. When your goal becomes part of your identity, it begins to guide your actions. That leads to Hill's second principle: faith. Not in religion, but in yourself. In your ability to do what you decide. Faith, Hill says, is built through auto-suggestion, repeating thoughts until they sink into the subconscious. Every time you say, "I can't," your mind believes you. But every time you affirm your vision with certainty, your brain finds ways to make it true. This isn't fantasy, it's neuroscience. Your subconscious controls your behavior. Feed it doubt, and you'll hesitate. Feed it belief, and you'll act with confidence. That's why Hill insists on daily affirmations. It's not about magic. It's about programming your mind to act like the person you want to become. The third principle is auto-suggestion. Hill calls it the bridge between the conscious and subconscious mind. It's the way you talk to yourself, out loud and silently. Most people use auto-suggestion negatively. They tell themselves they're bad with money, unlucky, or not the type to succeed. But you can reverse this. Write down the thoughts you want to believe. Repeat them daily, with emotion. Example: I am building wealth. Every decision I make is moving me forward. Over time, your subconscious accepts the new identity, and your actions begin to match. Hill's fourth principle is specialized knowledge. Not general information, but focused, practical knowledge applied with purpose. You don't need to know everything. You need to know something valuable and how to use it. Hill says, knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power only when organized into definite plans of action. The takeaway? Be a lifelong learner, but direct that learning toward action. The fifth principle is imagination. Hill calls it the workshop of the mind. Everything man made began as an idea. Wealth is no different. The greatest fortunes started with someone asking, "What if?" Your imagination is the source of innovation. Use it to visualize solutions, business ideas, investments, and better ways to serve others. See it clearly. Feel it fully. Then act. The sixth principle is organized planning. All desire, faith, and imagination are wasted without a plan. You need a clear roadmap. Hill says, "Those who fail to plan, plan to fail." But don't wait for a perfect plan. Start with what you have and adjust as you go. Be persistent. Most people quit after the first setback, but the intelligent builder refines and pushes forward. The seventh principle is decision. Indecision is the enemy of progress. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them often. Decide what you want. Commit. Don't bounce between ideas. Indecision drains your energy. The eighth principle is persistence. Hill says this is the quality that guarantees results. He studied dozens of wealthy individuals, and the common trait wasn't luck or genius. It was grit, the willingness to keep going when others quit, to hear no and keep showing up, to be tired, scared, or unsure, and act anyway. Your eighth try might fail, but your ninth? That's when the breakthrough happens. The ninth principle is one of Hill's most famous. The mastermind. No one succeeds alone. Every wealthy person he studied had a small group of trusted minds they met with regularly. A mastermind group is two or more people who support each other, challenge each other, and share ideas freely. Together, they form a kind of third mind, more powerful than any one member. Who you spend time with shapes your mindset, habits, and expectations. Choose your circle wisely. The 10th principle is the mystery of sex transmutation. It sounds strange, but here's what Hill meant. Sexual energy is one of the strongest human drives, but the most successful people learn to redirect that energy into creativity, ambition, and achievement. It's about self-control. Channel your energy into purpose. The 11th principle is the subconscious mind. Everything you feed it, thoughts, feelings, repetition, becomes your reality. Hill says it's the connecting link between your conscious mind and the universal intelligence. You don't need to understand every detail, but you must respect the power of what you let in. Monitor your inputs, guard your thoughts, speak what you want, not what you fear. The 12th principle is the brain. Hill believed the brain is a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. In today's science, we'd call this neuroplasticity and mirror neurons. What you think and who you're around literally reshapes your brain. Surround yourself with high-quality thoughts and people. Your brain will adapt to the level you expect. And finally, the 13th principle. The sixth sense. Hill admits this one is mysterious. He calls it a hunch, a gut feeling, the quiet voice of intuition. It only appears when you've mastered the other 12. It's not mystical. It's the subconscious working behind the scenes, connecting dots you can't see. The more you act in alignment with your purpose, the more this inner guidance appears. So what do these 13 principles all point to? That wealth, true wealth, begins in the mind. Every dollar you earn, every move you make, is shaped first by how you think. If you believe it's possible and act consistently, the world eventually bends to meet you. That's what Hill discovered across 25 years of interviews. Not overnight success, not talent or luck, but thought, backed by purpose, shaped by discipline, and executed with persistence. Now let's turn these insights into action. Here's your step-by-step blueprint based on Hill's work. 1. Write down a clear, specific goal with a date. 2. Identify what you'll trade for it: time, effort, value. 3. Say your goal aloud every morning and night. 4. Study something useful daily, even 15 minutes. 5. Visualize your success and feel it. 6. Build a basic plan. Start acting on it now. 7. Make decisions quickly. Stick to them. 8. Be relentless. Fail forward. Keep going. 9. Join or build a mastermind group. 10. Channel your energy into your mission. 11. Guard your inputs: mind, body, and spirit. 12. Elevate your thinking and your circle. 13. Trust your intuition, especially when it's earned. Wealth doesn't start with money. It starts with thought. And that's why Hill titled the book Think and Grow Rich, because the first thing you grow is you. If this video helped clarify that path for you, subscribe to Read to Think for deeper breakdowns of the world's most powerful financial books. Comment below. Which of Hill's 13 principles will you start with today?